Hi, everyone. Hello, hello. I am going to get into the camera view eventually, but just waiting for some people to pop up. Today, we're just going to do another little Witchy Q&A live. So basically, just me answering questions. You know what? I wonder. I think I'm just going to swap the camera actually and just have it be. Hold on. You're just going to get my face today, I think. If it'll just work. All right. Good enough. All right. And then I'm going to switch this one to flip camera. Hello, everyone. Okay. This is just easier for me to do it this way. That way I can read comments and stuff, and I'm not ignoring anybody. So, yeah. But for those who don't know me, I'm Emily. I am an employee here as well as a reader. I also am the owner of My Spirit is Moody. So, sorry I keep messing with this camera. So I make a lot of custom oils, salves, and other herbal healing products. So yeah, today I'm just kind of doing a little Q&A. So hi, Karen. Yeah, just a Q&A. So basically, any questions that you guys might have about anything like witchcraft or metaphysical related. I've got a pretty wide variety of knowledge, I guess I would say. So, me specifically, I really focus on a lot of herbal healing, herbalism, candle magic. I'm a Reiki master. Yeah. And I also am pretty good with crystals and tarot cards. So if you guys have any questions, even if it's not something that I mentioned there, I definitely can try and answer. And if you don't have questions and we kind of just want to chat, that is okay too. So let me know. Yeah, sorry I don't have a cute little setup or anything for you guys today. This camera angle isn't amazing, but that's okay. We're working with it. People on Twitch know more what I'm talking about. But let me see if I can actually get this to work. Hang on. Let's see if I can get this to not fall over. Why? Okay, it just is what it is. But anyway, let me know if you have any questions. I am here to help, here to answer any questions you might have. This could be like a why didn't my ritual work out? What do you think this dream means? What herb would you recommend if you're having trouble sleeping? So whatever feels right, whatever's on your mind, feel free to ask me. Kind of do this for a living. So I'm here for any questions you guys might have. Mercury is in the microwave right now. I have another joke that I really like to make, but I don't think it's appropriate to do on a Facebook Live. So anyway, Mercury's in the microwave. And that launched an Ohio tornado, right? We had a tornado here in Ohio and lost a lot of power. There was a whole lot of damage that happened, unfortunately, to a lot of different people. So, yeah, this Mercury has been rough. Seems like closer to your journey, more weirdos. Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, Mercury's been rough. Mercury's been rough. It's a lot of miscommunication happening, a lot of conflict. Yeah, it's a doozy. This one is a doozy, but I am a firm believer. Like, I'm never gonna say that because the planets are doing this, this is what's happening. We have control. We always have control. So, astrology is meant to make you feel prepared and to kind of have that connection to other people. God, I wish that this tablet camera made me look like what this TikTok live makes me look like, but regardless, these things are popping up for a reason. Okay. Mercury retrograde is a perfect time to address some limiting beliefs we have, to address why we're running into these roadblocks, right? To see how we're maybe getting in our own way. It's not really a time to take a lot of action, right? It's a time more to take a rest. Yeah. I feel like I can see a wrinkle on my forehead. It's very disrespectful. Sorry, I'm just kind of talking because nobody's popped on yet. No one's really asking any questions. So you're just kind of hearing my ADHD inner monologue that never, ever goes away. Okay, well, I guess I'm going to take this as an opportunity to kind of plug myself a little bit since nobody is asking any questions yet. No wrinkles. Thank you, Karen. I was like, what is that? So I made a new oil. So for anyone who knows, like I said, I own My Spiritus Mundi. So that is a magical oil slash salves slash herbalism company that I have. So I make one oil called Suit of Armor that is an energetic protection oil. It's great for people who feel like other people's feelings, emotions, all of that take a lot from them, or feel like they don't have control over where their energy is going. It's going to create that suit of armor, a barrier, also a barrier of protection to make sure you're not getting drained when you don't want to be. So that's the Suit of Armor oil. I also make a Carnal Desire oil. That one is an aphrodisiac. So that one is ylang ylang, sweet orange and vanilla scented. That's probably my favorite one that I make because it smells so dang good. No, I'm tooting my own horn here. See right there. Anyway, I also make Along the Nile. So that is an Egyptian themed oil. And then I just made a new one that I'm still waiting for labels for, but it is called Clean Slate. And that's going to be an uncrossing oil. So it is lemon and cedarwood scented. It contains lemon peel, sandalwood, black salt, bone set, frankincense, and myrrh. And I'm forgetting angelica. I don't know why I always forget angelica because that's like the main ingredient. But anyway, yeah, it's an uncrossing oil. So if you feel like things are in your way, if you feel like someone is sending some stuff at you, yeah, it's going to be good for that. Also planning on maybe making oh my gosh, the words just left my mouth. Oh, I'm sorry, a like reversing oil. And then an antidepressant one. So I'm not sure the names on those ones yet. If you guys have ideas and while we're chatting, feel like sending me a message, go right ahead. All right, I'm gonna hang out for a few more minutes. Looks like me and Karen are just having a little hang sesh, but so I'll give a little bit more time for people to pop on and see if they have anything to say. But Yeah, don't really have a whole lot to say. Sylvie, hi, somebody popped on. I'm doing really well. Trying to stay positive, even though life has been lifing, right? Yeah, but I'm just doing a little Q&A here. So if anyone has any questions that are witchcraft related, energy healing related, any of that. Karen asked if the apprenticeship is going well. Yeah, it is. I've had some personal stuff kind of popping up that's making it a little bit difficult for me to complete some of the stuff, but that is probably why I need to do it. So it's been very eye-opening, though, I will say. I think in the last even just like few weeks of since we started, a lot more confident in myself, not as much fear. So what kind of ritual or spell can you do when you are moving from one place to another? Okay, so when you're asking that, sorry you guys can just kind of see my floating head on top of this, but like I said, that camera angle is not great. But regardless, I'm talking to people on Twitch here. But what kind of ritual or spell can you do when you're moving from one place to another? So a home blessing candle, always a great idea. So what I would do is right when I move into a new place, I'm going to cleanse that place top to bottom. So any stagnant energy that was there from other people, yeah, it's going to get that out of the way first. Okay. Then get some honey calcite if you're a crystal girly. Honey calcite is a really warm, inviting, happy crystal that's going to put those warm, happy vibes right back into that new place. And then you're going to want to do a home blessing candle. So we do have some available in the store. So there are votives and then some taller pillar guys. We also have peaceful home, like 7-day candles, but you even can just use like a 6-inch one or a chime if you wanted. I really think like a brown would be a good one. Brown is very earthy, it's grounding, it's stabilizing, and it's warm and comforting. So I would pick a brown candle, or maybe like a gold or like a honey color, so something warm and inviting. And if you do like working with deities or anything like that, special focus on Hestia or any other, home deity like that. Also, if you do work with house spirits or your ancestors, setting up a new altar would be an excellent idea for them. Typically, they like having a little live plant, some water, some salt, and a candle. So, and some photos of them. But anyway, I'm getting off track. Home blessing candle. Okay, so brown candle, probably a 7-day. You're going to want to put really warm, happy, inviting herbs on there. So we're going to do some rose petals, maybe calendula for some happiness, rosemary for clarity and cleansing. I might do some chicory because it's removing obstacles. Oops, got myself. But putting that all on the top, and then maybe carving or writing on the side or carving into the candle, peace, prosperity, happiness, and warmth are blessings for my home. Asking your ancestors to bless your home and stick around if you feel comfortable with that. I hope that answered your question. Also, a lot of people will put like a little bowl of salt in all 4 corners of their house. So if that feels like something you'd want to do, then do it. Oh, thank you for saying you hope things get better. Thank you. I do too. I think all of us are struggling a little, huh? Karen, you said you're moving slowly but surely. I think we're all moving pretty slow right now and with the shamanism apprenticeship, but that's okay. I'm telling myself that the part I'm on is just the part I'm supposed to be on right now. So, yeah. It's okay to move at your own pace, I think. Yeah. I will say, since starting the apprenticeship, I definitely feel more of a connection to like the earth in general, of course, but like the herbs that I'm using, the items that I'm using, there's like a spirit inside of there, right? So that's very inspiring to me. I very much like it. I feel connected to the earth a lot more. I've been trying to spend more time outside. but there's definitely, I did not expect the amount of roadblocks, like not roadblocks, that's not the right word, but you know how like in one of the videos, Karen, he's, I don't know if you've gotten to this one yet or not. I know I'm a little behind anyway, but he talks about how I or your personal power, your energy is flowing through you, right? And it's like a circuit. And that certain things create blocks and gunk, like a dam almost. It's true. I did not realize how many blocks I had, how many beliefs about myself or fear I had without realizing. Like one of the things, this is such a silly example, but it's also like not silly at the same time. So, and I'm just chatting away because no one's asking any questions. So here you can hear about me, I guess. Anyway, I go to Mid Ohio every year. The AMA Vintage Days. So it's like a motorcycle vintage days. You go, we camp, we ride dirt bikes. It's very fun. But I always have a hard time with the clutch and the shifter. Sometimes, like with the XR100 that I ride, I would get really nervous to ride it. And it's like the apprenticeship like wiped away like fear about that kind of stuff. And I just hopped on and just like went. Like those limiting beliefs are gone. I just went. I wasn't afraid. And it was like, if I fall, whatever, if I crash, I crash. And the other thing I've noticed is I'm not like minimizing my own feelings. Like, one of the things Don Miguel Ruiz says, so he wrote the 4 Agreements. And I've been really like into his work and stuff. And Karen, if you haven't read his stuff, you'd really like it. Goes along with all of this. But one of the 4 agreements is be impeccable with your word. So it's saying don't say like, oh, it's okay if it's not okay. Express how you really feel. So say what you really think. Don't say something if you don't mean it. That has been like really coming up lately. I'm not minimizing my own feelings, you know, I'll just say what I think, and I don't have a whole lot of fear right now. So, you know, there's fear around certain circumstances in my life, but not so much fear when it comes to like myself, if that makes sense, or my life, the direction of my life. So that's been pretty freeing. Anybody who would ever consider doing the apprenticeship, like do it. Even just like that opening ceremony made such a difference for me. I also think a really powerful thing from the apprenticeship was healing like your family line. I'm not a crier, but that made me cry. Yeah, Karen said for sure, so amazing. It's an eye opener. It really is. And I mean, I've been practicing witchcraft for at least 10 years, right? Reading cards professionally for like around the same amount, right? Probably even before I actually called myself a witch, I've been reading cards since I was 12, but professionally since I was probably about 18, so 10 years. Yeah. And this apprenticeship has been so profound for me. I'm a Reiki master. I went through all those classes. I have some experience, but this is really just something different for me. You can tell it's old. It feels important. And yeah, Karen said ancestor healing. Yes. I mean that, like, I never cry. I really don't cry very often. That had me bawling in a cave, like bawling. That's so not like me. So, yeah. And it felt good to release that though, not bawling in a bad way. It was in a good way for sure. Yeah, and Karen said it's opening up all the senses and abilities. It's insane. Yeah, like especially the clairvoyance for me because that was not the way that I like interpret things normally because I'm so living up here in my brain and quick moving and ADHD, right? the way I process stuff is normally claircognizance or clairaudience. The clairvoyance has been opening up a lot for me, which is not how it was before. Having some crazy dreams, seeing animals, like weird animals in places that you just wouldn't expect them to be.
Black on top.
So yeah, it's been something. Makes me want to like go on a backpacking trip or something and just be gone forever. Not for okay. That was dramatic, but not gone forever. But makes me want to like live in the woods for a couple weeks. I feel like I could do it. But yeah, just like the letting go of the fear. That's probably been the biggest takeaway for me. Not being afraid. And Don Miguel Ruiz does have a book. I forget exactly what it's called. I think it's like Beyond Fear or something like that. Karen said, I'm ready to move the mountains. Yes. That flow, right? We need to increase the flow. Let things move the way that they are supposed to. Yeah, it feels very divinely guided. Our group feels very divinely guided. There is a sense of kind of just being held by spirit, being held by Pachamama, by the earth, right? Yeah. Feeling very taken care of and nurtured. So, yeah. All right. Does anyone have any other questions? Okay, yeah, so she said Peruvian mysticism. So for anybody who is asking or wanting to know what we're talking about, we are talking about Peruvian shamanism, Peruvian nature mysticism. So this is actually information that was passed on from the Incas. Our teacher went to Peru and actually met with a tribe, this group of people, and they taught him all of this like ancient information, right? This information that's been passed down for forever and ever and ever. It's insane. Older than probably like records, like old. And we have the opportunity to have this information. And I will say, and I'm just going to be like really blunt about all of this. When I first heard, I was like, is this appropriation? Like, is this okay for us to be learning these things? Are we taking from people that we should not be taking from Indigenous people? But I guess, and this is what's so interesting to me, I guess like they said, please teach other people. The earth needs this. The earth needs our healing. They need people to look after it. It doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't matter what your background is. If you want to learn this and you feel called to learn it, then learn it. And that was beautiful to me. This the sense of interconnectedness, of oneness has changed me. So, yeah. All right. Well, I think that is about all I have to say. Don't see anybody else really asking me questions. I don't take it personally. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm like this. Like I really am a different person on lives. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for listening. If you rewatch this, I'm sorry, it's a lot of me just chatting, but that's okay. It's okay. I will talk to you all later. Thank you for listening and have a lovely weekend. Bye-bye.